We are joined by UC Irvine head coach David Kniffin and student athletes Brett Sheward and Akhil Tangutur after a 3-0 win in the semifinals of the Hawaiian Islands presents the 2024 Outrigger Big West Men's Volleyball Championship. Coach, if you would just start us off with an opening statement about tonight's match, please.
Yeah, obviously the environment at Hawaii is always really special. The Hawaii fans, the Hawaii program, everybody does such a great job here of just being accommodating, running at a professional level. So we certainly, first and foremost, appreciate that. This is a great tournament experience. So we appreciate that. This was our objective, to come out and win tonight. So we knew there's some things we needed to do. I think Hawaii is an excellent team. I think it would be easy to look at a 3-0 win and say, hey, Irvine just, beat Hawaii in 3. There's obviously a lot more going on there at the championship and playoff level. Things are separated by, one touch here and there. And one touch could lead to a 6-0 run, or one touch could be the difference in a single point. The Big West has some really good volleyball teams. For me, that Hawaii team is a tournament-worthy team for the NCAA. They're doing some really nice stuff. So for us to come out there and win, obviously, in this environment, that's a big deal. And grateful for the opportunity to do that. Also just really proud, not surprised, but really proud of guys that are stepping on the court and just filling holes where they need to fill it, whether it's Akhil stepping in early or Nolan stepping in late when Ilir got that ball back in his face. And just the calmness and confidence of everybody out there to just trust guys are going to do their job. Really special to be a part of that.
Open it up to questions. Please state your name and affiliation.
David with the Hulu Star Advertiser. Brett, you still have a streak going, and this question for all of you. When's the last time you were involved in something as crazy as that second set?
You guys want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I don't know if I've ever been in a set that long. I don't know what the final was, but it was certainly a good set. It was exciting. I mean, teams were playing well. A few errors late that kept it close. But also just the serve and pass game was really important. We decided that when we had to. Just good volleyball.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm a part of that every day. We got 3 young kids at the house, and with basically a newborn, so it's just constant chaos and long moments that just seem to go forever with no idea how it's going to end.
Yeah, for me, I didn't really realize it was that 36-34 until the very end. Honestly, after like 26, I was just like, all right, it's just deuce volleyball. I kind of stopped looking at the score because it was just going back and forth. But I think it was cool that we were just able to stay composed and we weren't really tripping out in front of a lot of fans, and we were just kind of keeping eye contact with each other and doing our thing. So.
I'll note that's the highest scoring set in men's volleyball championship history for the Big West.
Billy Hull with the Star Advertiser. Coach, those first 2 sets, it's such a fine line between winning and losing those 2. Is there anything that you could maybe pinpoint that maybe was just a slight difference that allowed you guys to pull out both of those sets?
Lots of things we could pinpoint, and it was on both sides. I think Brett said it a little bit, but there were errors that kept us both in it. We both made errors late. But I think that's just where it's so important as competitors to not get too caught up in the winning and losing of points or even matches or even championships. It's just, we're out there to compete, and because it's such a fine line, you've got to be really careful about putting too much into, a 3-set win, because it really is that close. So I think we need to be humble in victory here and just go back and look at where we could be a little bit better on one touch that could make a difference down the road, and keep fighting for the best volleyball we're capable of.
And then obviously for you, Brett, you guys were here 6 weeks ago, so we did the whole coming back to Hawaii thing, but just what is this moment like for you in the Big West tournament to get this win, to get to the championship? Just what's the emotions for you?
Yeah, it was cool. Once the whistle blows, you kind of just focus on the game. But man, was it loud tonight, and that was a really cool environment to be a part of. You kind of forget, not playing here for a while, how loud it gets, especially in postseason. So that was a really cool experience. Glad we pulled it out.
Brian McInnes with Spectrum News for Coach Kniffin. How do you contrast like Billy asked from 6 weeks ago when you guys were here, the feeling of as you walked off the court against Hawaii tonight versus what was for both sides a pretty emotionally draining last time you guys saw Hawaii here?
Yeah, actually, I think it was really similar. We went 5. We had a totally different lineup last time we played here. We were running a 6-2 based on some injuries, and but the focus of point to point. I mean, I think that's when these guys walked off the court, and I think that was maybe the first time actually in that loss to Hawaii we realized how good we were, and how capable we were of maintaining focus for long periods of time. And that's I think that's the difference in a playoff team. If we can sustain that, it's not what we can do 1 or 2 times. It's how reliable we are, how consistent we can be within a given skill set. And that's where like someone Akhil steps on the court, and he did this last year in the playoffs as well, where it's just he goes in and some things look exceptional, but to me it's just him doing what he always does. Maybe a touch more tonight.
A little bit more maybe in the covering.
Yeah. But just that reliability, that consistency. And I think we felt that when we were here 6 weeks ago. We lost, and that's how volleyball goes. But feeling was very similar tonight.
David with the Star Advertiser again. Brett, just want to follow up a little bit. How much did it help you that these guys are your former teammates and maybe some tendencies and things of that nature? And also, what kind of reception did you get? A lot of aloha or a mixed bag or what?
Yeah, I think for the most part it's been aloha. I haven't heard anybody that's mad at me or throwing anything at me yet. But no, it's been great. And seeing those guys on the other side of the net is cool. Obviously, I played with them for 5 years, so I know their game pretty well. Helped us develop a game plan. But yeah, it was about the execution tonight. Teammates played great, and it was an all-around team game, honestly. And the people here haven't been nicer, honestly. It's been really special to be back, and I'm just super grateful for them and my time here.
This wasn't to go incognito then?
No. Not at all. Just letting it go.
Brett, one more for you in that same vein. At the end of the handshake line, you got to have a couple words with Coach Wade. What was the gist of your conversation?
Just that we're happy for each other. I mean, it was a good ride for 5 years. I'll keep the rest between us.
Akhil, Coach mentioned your postseason play last year. What is it about the postseason that brings out the best in your volleyball?
I don't know if it's anything about the postseason, but I mean, the last 2 years I've been thrown into the lineup for sure later in the year, and I think just all the practicing in fall and Kniff keeps me ready for situations like these, and obviously me getting to play in a big chunk of this year earlier when Nolan was hurt. Just developing that confidence with this team, and at the end of the day, it's super nice to know that the combination of me and Nolan and what we bring to the table, we'll be able to get it done. And we bring different stuff to the team, and we'll have each other's back. So it's cool to have a teammate like that.
Number 2 seed UC Irvine will play number 1 Long Beach State on Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific. No, 10 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Hawaii. Best of luck in the final. Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.